First, let's talk about what is an augmented matrix. When we say augmented matrix, it is a compact way of writing systems of linear equation in which coefficients and constants are the bases. And also, this method provides a quick and organized way to solve systems of linear equation, especially when you are dealing with multiple variables and equations. Now, let's try an example so that you can understand it better. So here is our example: x plus y is equals to 5 and 2x minus y is equals to 4. Now, let's turn this into an augmented matrix. It will become 1, 1, 5, 2, negative 1, and 4. To solve this matrix, let's use the row operation. The first thing that we should do is to eliminate the number 2 in the row 2. And the operation that we are going to use is negative 2r1 plus r2 is your new r2. Let's just copy all the numbers in the row 1 and let's proceed to the operation. Negative 2 times 1 plus 2 is equals to 0. Now let's move on to the next column. Negative 2 times 1 plus negative 1 is equals to negative 3. Then negative 2 times 5 plus 4 is equals to negative 6. By that, we have now a new row 2. And the next step that we are going to do is to make the long diagonal turn into 1. And the operation that we are going to do is negative 1/3 r2 is your new r2. Same as earlier, we'll just copy the row 1 and also the 0. And negative 1/3 times negative 3 is equals to positive 1. Then negative 1/3 times negative 6, it will result to positive 2. And by that, we can now have the value of y, which is equals to 2. With that, we can now find the value of our x through the value of our y. But before that, let's turn our row 1 into a linear equation, in which it will become x plus y is equals to 5. Then let's substitute the value of our y and it will become x plus 2 is equals to 5. Then it will become x is equals to 5 minus 2. Now we have the value of our x, which is equals to 3. And by that, we now have the value of our x and y. And by using augmented matrix, finding the value of our x and y make it a lot more easier. And now let's move on in solving real-life situation using augmented matrix. And the scenario is that Isa is buying school supplies for her 3 younger siblings. She is purchasing notebooks, pens, and erasers. She shops on 3 different days in 3 different stores. And on day 1, she buys 2 notebooks, 3 pens, and 2 erasers for 100 pesos. And on day 2, she buys 4 notebooks, 2 pens, and 3 erasers for 140 pesos. And on day 3, she buys 2 notebooks, 4 pens, and 4 erasers for 180 pesos. And Isa wants to know how much each item cost. To find the value of each item, let x be the cost of 1 notebook, y the cost of 1 pen, and z the cost of 1 eraser. From the problem given, we can now form these three systems of linear equation. Same as we did earlier, let's turn this into an augmented matrix. And after that, let us now proceed to the row operation. And the first thing that we should do is to eliminate the number 4 in the row 2. To eliminate that, let's use the operation negative 2r1 plus r2. It will become your new r2. Now, let's just copy all the numbers in the row 1. Then negative 2 times 2 plus 4 is equals to 0. And negative 2 times 3 plus 2 is equals to negative 4. And negative 2 times 2 plus 3 is equals to negative 1. And negative 2 times 100 plus 140 is negative 60. And let's just copy all the numbers in the row 3. And the next operation that we're going to use to eliminate the number 2 in the row 3 is negative r1 plus r3 is your new r3. And let's just copy all the numbers in the row 1 and row 2. And let's use our operation. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And negative 3 plus 4 is equals to 1. And negative 2 plus 4 is 2. And negative 100 plus 150 is 50. Now let's proceed. And to eliminate the number 1 in the row 3, our operation that we're going to use is R2 plus 4R3 is your new R3. Then let's just copy the numbers in the row 1 and row 2. 0 plus 4 times 0 is 0. And negative 4 plus 4 times 1 is 0. And negative 1 plus 4 times 2 is 7. And negative 60 plus 4 times 50 is 140. And now let's proceed in turning our long diagonal into 1, the 2, the negative 4, and 7. Let's first solve the row 1. The operation that we're going to use is 1 half r1 is your new r1. 1 half times 2 is 1. 1 half times 3 is 3 half. 1 half times 2 is 1. And 1 half times 100 is 50. And let's just copy the numbers in the row 2 and row 3. And let's proceed to row 2. And the operation that we are going to use is negative 1/4 r2 is your new r2. Then let's just copy the numbers in the row 1. Negative 1/4 times 0 is 0. Negative 1/4 times negative 4 is 1. And negative 1/4 times negative 1 is 1/4. And negative 1/4 times negative 60 is 15. Then let's just copy the numbers in the row 3. And let's proceed to row 3. And let's use the operation 1/7 r3 is your new r3. Then let's just copy the numbers of row 1 and row 2. Then let's proceed to the operation. 1/7 times 0 is 0. 1/7 times 0 is 0. And 1/7 times 7 is 1. And 1/7 times 140 is 20. Now we have the value of z, which is 20. By the value of our z, we can now find the value of x and y. But before that, let's turn our row 1 and row 2 into a linear equation. And it will become x plus 3 half y plus z is equals to 50, and y plus 1/4 z is equals to 15. First, let's find the value of y. And let's just substitute the value of our z, which is 20. And it will become y plus 1/4 times 20 is equals to 15. And it will become y plus 5 is equals to 15. And it will become y is equals to 15 minus 5. And y is equals to 10. Now that we have the value of our y and z, let's find the value of our x. In order to find the value of our x, let's just substitute the value of y and z. And it will become x plus 35 is equals to 50, and x is equals to 50 minus 35, and our x is equals to 15. Therefore, each notebook cost 15 pesos, and each pen cost 10 pesos, and each eraser cost 20 pesos. By that, using augmented matrix is very useful, whether you are budgeting, purchasing, or even managing your own business. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Keep exploring, keep solving, and remember, every math problem has a method, and every method leads to understanding.